Alright, in today's video I'm going to take you through a bunch of stuff I got in this bag here, as well as some larger items that I could not fit on the top of my toolbox. So I paid $125 for everything I'm about to show you, and if you remember my last video, I picked up a Craftsman tombstone bench grinder. So when I was doing my homework for an upcoming estate sale, you know, this one looked good. There was a lot of tools in the picture, and then there was a stand with a bench grinder on it, and I said, not sure what type of bench grinder that is. That looks pretty cool, but I could definitely use my stand for that if it's just a cheap Taiwan or Chinese type bench grinder on it. I could definitely use that stand for my my bench grinder. So when I got there, it was in the corner, and I spun it around, and this is what I saw. I just love these old machines, and Miller's Falls, obviously. The badge, I think, will clean up really nice. It's just a little bit of that since 1868 that probably will give me, you know, just won't come, the paint's gone on that, won't come out with some compound, but the rest of that should come out great. Really nice, you know, that stand with the on-off switch is missing the side guards. That wire wheel's definitely seen better days. You can see it's got the eye shields missing on the top, but this, you know, grinding wheel here on the side looks like it's in pretty good shape. And there's a little closer look at the base, and it does say China on it, unfortunately, but some really nice heavy duty wheels on it. And let's hear it run. So I did test it out while I was there. I said to the guy, hey, what do you want for it? And he said, about $40. So I said, that is just perfect, knowing what just the stand is worth. So let's take a look at it. Is that smooth or what? Now, just like that Craftsman one that I showed you last week, even when it's off, it runs for a long time because those bearings are dry, and without some grease in there, there's just no friction. So hopefully I can repack them and reuse them. I recently did a Miller's Falls little vise, and I bought a bunch of their logos online and whatnot. So I might have a couple of decals left that I can either put here or here to really jazz it up a little bit too when I restore it. So like I mentioned, he wanted $40 for this. I didn't even negotiate. I thought that was more than fair. So then I noticed in the corner there was another stand, and I said, holy smokes, it looks like it's brand new, never been used, was assembled, another cheap one. But I said, hey, how much for that? And he couldn't really give me a great price. I think he said like $25 or something like that. And I said, that's a little bit too much that you only wanted $40 for that. I said, but how about I'll just put it to the side there and we'll negotiate a price at the end. And that's what we did. And the next larger item I purchased was this cabinet, and I don't know why. For whatever reason, I really liked it. It was beat up. It was it smelled. And it stands about 4.5 feet tall. He wanted $35 for it, which was way too much. But it just reminded me maybe of like those old Craftsman socket sets or something like that. It had some great shelves in it, really well made. It was kind of light, and I think that's what I liked about it. It wasn't really heavy, but it was really sturdy. So I already started restoring this, and I'll have a video sharing that with you in the near future. So, for the sake of time, what I'm going to do is empty out this. If I could get it all out, I'll get it all out, or I'll take it out in small increments so we could go through it. All right, I was able to get everything laid out here on the top of the toolbox, but I am going to start by digging into these ratchets. It's been a while since I got some ratchets, and if you remember, not too long ago, I got this really nice Craftsman. I think they use like professional. This is right before, this is a 1/4 inch. This is right before everything went to China. Nice fine tooth. And I think, you know, these, I always wanted these, and you can't get them anymore. And I think they're worth about $40 or so. That one is in that condition. That's in really nice shape. So when I came across a 3/8 and a 1/2 inch, I knew for sure that, hey, now I got the whole set, and I know they're worth some good money. So the 1/2 inch, you know, you could tell it was used. This guy used his tools. He had a garage in his, in his garage, he had a nice shop where he worked on cars. And she's dirty, but it works, and it's dry as a bone. We'll clean that up. I got a nice fine tooth Craftsman. You know, you can see it's got definitely got some nice wear on it, but I think I could polish a lot of that out and clean that up looking like new. So that's awesome. But the 3/8 drive, you know, I grabbed it, I felt it, seems really nice, fine tooth. in pretty good shape. Same thing, a little bit of wear, but nothing I can't clean up. But then take a look at here. The snap ring almost got, I don't know, it's got a little bit of play in here. I don't know if it's bent, and maybe they were really leaning on something. It's amazing. It didn't, the teeth held up with that much pressure on it. So I'm going to have to take that out, see if I can straighten it out, put it back in, hopefully fix it without needing to get a repair kit. But those two items alone, I'm assuming, is got to be worth, I don't know, you know, even in this condition, this has got to be worth $40 or so a pop. And it gives me the complete set. This one here is a cheaper Craftsman. This is still made in the USA though, and they're still worth, you know, at least $20, and it's actually not bad. I want to, it needs to be cleaned. She's definitely a little bound up in there. A lot of dirt in there. It's not fine tooth, but it's definitely, I would say, better than a 36 tooth, just at initial feeling it. And then this I've been looking for a long time to complete a set. I have the 3/8 drive. I've been looking for the 1/4" drive, and that will definitely come in handy to complete the set. And these are probably from the 80s, I think, that these were popular. Maybe the 90s as well. They have that little thumb wheel on. They're a little bulky, but as a Craftsman collector of USA, that will come look real great in the set. Moving on from the ratchets, a couple screwdrivers. I just like the handle on this one. Husky, probably made by Western Forge for Home Depot if I had to guess. These are the really nice professionals. These are the smaller ones, but I got a set of small professional, the little elbow grease. These will clean up. And the tips on them are in fantastic shape. And these go for good money. People love the Craftsman Professional series. And when I saw this, I said, holy smokes. There's a Craftsman Professional series Lyman's pliers. But at closer look, I think it's just a cheap Harbor Freight version. So after further inspection, I pulled out my Craftsman Professional series Lyman's, and yeah, no, they're definitely not. These are cheaper Harbor Freight ones. Next item up I thought was really cool was this small little ball peen hammer, and it only measures about 7/8 across, not even a full inch. And that's great to get into small spots. And I actually used the new bench grinder wire wheel there, and I was able to clean it up a little bit. And it does say Champion Tool Company, I believe, on it. And I just thought that was it. You know, it's pretty sturdy on there. So grab that. Love spinner handles, as you guys know. I've never seen one this color. I've seen black, I've seen translucent ones. This must have been translucent at some point, but never seen it turn that color before. I've seen them turn yellow, I've seen them smell, but never seen it turn this color. This is a Craftsman. It's got the tang all the way through, so you could also use it as an extension. So that's a little unique. Couple of sets of 1/4" drive sockets. And this one's just a regular G series, and it's metric, and it's a little bit beat up, but it's completely complete. Elbow grease on the case. You know, put these on the wire wheel. You know, it's a $25 you get for those, maybe a little less, give or take. But this set I really like. Unfortunately, it is SAE, which I have a lot of. But these are the G2s, and you've heard me talk about the G2 in the past. They're just better quality. So got the 2 complete sets of 1/4" drive sockets. And let me make some room over here and show you what the remaining stuff is. All right, next up you can see I got a ton of heat shrink here. These aren't expensive. They're probably $1 or $2 a pack if I had to guess, maybe a little bit more. But I got enough heat shrink here to last a long time. Got some test lights, and these are pretty good quality ones. This is a gear wrench one. And you can see here, this is a OEM Tools, and they're pretty nice. They got good. It's got a nice lead on it, pretty heavy duty. So I thought that was a, you know, pretty good score. And then just some miscellaneous wire, as you can see here. You know, that comes in such handy. It's a shame when you have to buy that. It costs a fortune. And then here's some more wire, just some, looks like some 14 gauge. Got pretty much a roll of that. So this stuff's not super cheap when you need to buy a wire. And then some U-bolts. I got 3 of these heavy-duty, larger U-bolt bolts. I keep wanting to say U-bolts, but I'm not in the, I guess, the German Navy. And then here we got some brushes. And, you know, those just come in handy when cleaning up tools. And then this item is, I just love, you guys know, I've been addicted lately to tools with bends in them, wrenches with bends in them. I think they're just super neat. And this is a rigid 8-inch pipe wrench, and I just thought that was a cool little bend in it. Probably not super valuable, but I know Rigid is a great wrench. And just a couple of more screwdrivers here. Nice insulated small flathead and a 4-in-1 Husky screwdriver. The last thing I'll show you here is just some miscellaneous sockets. I got all USA made Craftsman. When I can find some sizes that I know are pretty much in demand, 10 millimeters, 8 millimeters, sometimes the 16 in Craftsman's hard to find. So when even if I, just some miscellaneous ones and they're not in great shape and you're basically going to get them for real cheap, I always grab them. Okay, let's wrap this video up and take one last look at everything that I got for $125. Also got that cabinet that I'm in the process of restoring and I'm making it look kind of cool. So stay tuned for an update video on that I'll have shortly. Definitely scored with these ratchets over here. As you can see, you got to figure that's at least $100, if not more, worth of ratchets, and that's, in that condition. And the consumables, gotta love when you could get some nice consumables, whether it's brushes, wire, shrink wrap, and things that you can get for fractions on the dollar. Happy with those test lights though. Thought that was a great score, as well as these ratchets and screwdrivers. So like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, as I got some great stuff to show you.